Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Or good, yeah, I guess it would be good afternoon. It's 12:05. I just wanted to say, I had a dream last night, which it had several different parts to it, and I'm not sure exactly. I don't know exactly what it meant, but I'm gonna try to explain some of the parts to you, and you can guess what it means or whatever. Okay. I had moved somewhere, and like in these places, sometimes when I go in like into like a mobile home or something, it has hidden spots. I don't know what that means, but I was in this one place, and I remember going in like to the master bedroom, and like you go over from the master bedroom, cut this corner, and go down like this little like ramp or something, and you walk into like this one room that was nothing but total beautiful bright wood. I mean, it was beautiful treated wood, and it had like a water sprout thing down the middle of where you could hear water running. I don't know, living water is what this comes to me. But we were moving my stuff in, and apparently someone else already lived there. It was a relative of mine that lived there, but I don't know what the deal was with it. Well, anyway, I I walked down through there and I said, "This is the room I'm taking." And I figure more than likely it would have been the room I put me and Jason both in, because it was a huge room. It had several different, like two different, like one level down and then a level up, but they were easy to get to. It was just to walk down like a little, like, I don't know, like a little step, not really steps, but like it was pretty well flat. It like just took you gently down to where you needed to go. And I just know that, and it was beautiful. It was really a beautiful place. Anyway, in this dream, I was living with a relative, which I hardly even know. I mean, I used to know them when I was growing up, but now it's like we don't hardly even talk any. And her sister was in it too. And like we were like getting stuff together, like groceries and stuff. And there was like these steps that you go down. And my aunt showed up and an uncle showed up. My mom's brother and sister showed up in it. All I know was they kind of made fun of me. Um, I was downstairs like in a basement type place, and it was a huge room, and it had bunk beds in it. And when I walked down there, because I was going to the bathroom, and I walked over to these people, and there was this one woman standing there, and I think it was her and her daughter or something. And I walked up to her and I held her hand. I said, "You need prayer," and I prayed for her. And after I got through praying, she said, "I also need prayer about something else." And she was crying, and I prayed about that too. And then a little bit later, I was like heading back to the bathroom again, and I remember we were cooking spaghetti upstairs in the house, and everybody downstairs said, "We're going to have spaghetti today." And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "We need to go get some more spaghetti, more stuff to make it with." And this other woman, she said, which is, I think it has to do with the Word of God, because all baby Christians drink milk compared to the meat that the older Christians, the more grown Christians are into. Like they're into the meat of the Word. I like to think that I'm into the meat because I really love hearing the Word and I love God giving me understanding of it. And this dream kind of scared me in some spots, okay? But anyway, this woman said, "Do you happen to have any milk?" She said, "We drink milk when we celebrate like a milestone or something in our life. We drink some milk." And I said, "I don't think we do." I said, "I'll get some." She said, "Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it like that." Well, I go to walk back a little bit, and I seen this like 2 gallons of milk sitting there. They were cold, and I said, "Ma'am," I said, "we do right here. Here you go. Here's the milk." And I guess it got to her. I don't know. All I know was I go to walk on down into the room and stuff, and there's this woman comes up to me, and she's like disfigured. She's hopping around like a kangaroo, and she's telling me something about she's in some kind of an Olympics or something, and she's hugging me and she's thanking me, and I'm hugging her back and everything, and then finally she's gone somewhere, and there was these other people who showed up, and they were like, "Where do we lay? Where do we sleep at?" And I said, "Just wherever you find an empty bunk, get in it." And I remember the basement was full. I'm talking. This was not just a little house basement. This was a huge basement. It had. I don't think it had windows in it, and I believe it was very well heated. I believe it had like just walls and lights around it. And these were like wooden framed beds. So it wouldn't be a bad place because it was wooden framed beds. And it was like every space you looked, there was room to get in between the beds, but there was plenty of beds like back from one wall. I'm talking, I don't know, this thing was probably I'd say at least 1,000 foot wide, if not more. And there's people almost in every bed. And I went to go to the bathroom, and I don't think I ever got to the bathroom, but anyway, I remember I come back down. There were some kids or something there, and they were from upstairs with us, and I was like, "You guys need to stop. People are sleeping down here like that." And it was like they were moving stuff. I said, moving chairs. And I said, "Don't do that." Which basically is like people not respecting people needing their sleep. Okay. And anyway, it must not have been too late in the day, or it wasn't late in the night anyway. That's when we brought up the fact that spaghetti was being cooked. Well, my cousin, for some reason, upstairs, which I don't know, I used to know this cousin. I don't know her anymore. I haven't seen her, and since my mom and dad died, I have not seen this girl. And but we used to be really close as children growing up. We were like, two peas in a pod, a magnet to a refrigerator. We stuck together. We called each other every night or every other night. If she didn't have a phone, she got changed to go to the payphone at her apartment complex to call me. Okay, and we sat and talked for a long time. And I mean, she even came out in the cold to call me. That's how close her and I were. But the bond broke. I'm close to a cousin now, and we talk about it probably several times through most days. We go maybe over the weekend. We may only talk on Facebook, but we still talk. But anyway, so she was up there, and I don't know what this meant. She was doing, I want to say Apple Jacks or something. I don't know what it was, but anyway, she was taking ice cream, putting it in it, and she was fixing me some. And I was like, no, I'd just rather have cereal and milk. I didn't want ice cream with it. But this one person said, oh, that's good like that. I'm like, I don't care. But anyway, it was like we were helping people. And I don't remember really eating the cereal or nothing either. I remember going like to another place. It was like my old apartment complex, and we were in there looking for stuff, I guess. I don't know. Before we went there, though, we was at this, like, it was like an old antique type, like, sheriff's office or a courthouse or something. And they even had the old antique cash register. And I remember we were sitting there, and my uncle was showing a gun to the guy that was the sheriff or whatever, was showing him a gun. And he told me to get in the cash register and get the money that we needed for paying us for what we did. And I was like, okay. And I had just opened the cash register drawer. It was an old cash register, not a new one. It was old. It didn't have it had to have power to it. And there was an older woman out back, and she said, well, who's balling that register? That's my job, like that. And or that's what I do. So she comes around, and I'm standing at the other end. And I told, it was my uncle or who it was, I said, give that to him so that she knows we're not robbing him. And she brings around this big, like, some money, but it had a bunch of, like, coupons and stuff in it. And I'm like, what is this? I said, this ain't even, it had, like, I don't know what my uncle done something for him. I don't know. But anyway, it had, like, a bag of beans in it. So I'm kind of thinking it's a sign of, like, before there was a lot of money, they used to trade livestock, and they used to trade, like, vegetables for vegetables. They used to trade off their stock for other people's stock they needed. It was like I guess trading off a common thing to do. And I said, what is it? She said, it's bean seeds. I was like, okay. And so I don't remember if we didn't stay there very long. We left. And when we left, I ended up going into like where this old apartment complex I used to live in, which it wasn't really it, but it looked like it. And we were like on the second floor of one building. There's 3 floors. And we were looking through it. Someone was there. One guy was there with me. Another guy was with me. There was a bunch of guys. And we were all looking through it to find stuff, I guess, to feed the people that were in the basement, I don't know if it was like an economic collapse or what was going on. But we were going in there because this place had been evacuated and there was stuff in there. I guess. I don't know. Well, this one guy is like fixing broken couches saying we can take these if we need them. I'm thinking, how are you going to get this stuff out of here? I'm just thinking, you need to get what you can get. He's like tightening bolts up on his couch. I'm like, why are you messing with that? At the same time, there's this one guy comes in and starts attacking me. And he's like got a knife. He's kind of Butterfingers, you know what I mean? And he's got a knife, and I know he like throws the knife, and it gets me right over top of my eyelid, over top of my eyelash. And I'm like, I think he cut over top of my eye. And this one guy's supposed to try to be helping me, but he wasn't doing a very good job. Because he came over and like looked at him and said, are you sure you're going to do that? And then he walks back off and goes back into the kitchen and starts doing something else. I'm like, okay, hello. Well, this guy is coming at me. I got his hands and I like folding them up. You know, he was like a rubber doll or something. I mean, he couldn't do much, but it was like, I don't know. It was just a weird situation. I mean, the only reason why he hit the top of my eye, if it was my eye, I don't know. I rubbed my eye like this and there was no blood on my hand in the dream, so I don't know what it was really. But anyway, I know I like throwed him against the refrigerator or something, and then he said, I know judo. I said, well, I know karate. And I said, just let me get my fat foot off the ground and I'll show you about karate. There was some comedy in it too, I tell you. Of course, anybody that knows me knows I got to put a little comedy in my life. But anyway, I remember the next thing, but right before that happened, we were driving through a town. I was like going out to pay bills and stuff. And I had stopped where I paid my car payment at, and I like pulled my money out, and I had my cousin said I got 108. I was like, well, if it was like 181 would be okay. That's what I owe. So I dug in my pocket and I had another. I said, here's another 100. And I said, well, there goes. And I don't know, I think she said, one up Christy, which is what my old landlord, which I ain't rented from her in years. And she said, well, she'll just have to wait. And I was like, yeah, I guess she will. And someone said something like, I think it was my uncle or someone said something to me. And I said something about, the house. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to be going back there anyway. So I don't know why, I need to worry about it. I said, if I can get someone to help me, I'll move my furniture into where I'm at, like into this big place where, which I was going to move in anyway. Well, I don't remember anything else happening about that. I remember seeing the house, and the house I actually saw in my dream was the one my mom and dad was buying when they died. And I don't remember ever going back there in the dream. All I remember is I paid my car payment, and this one guy who was staying in the shelter was like saying, well, if you need money, and he dug his wallet out, and you could see he had some money in it. I don't know how much he had in there. I have no clue. But he was going to he actually gives something to my, I don't know, he gave cousin to my money or something. He gave my cousin money, not money to my cousin to my money. I don't know what the deal was with that, but I know anyway, he was trying to help. And there was people telling me, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm like, I'm thinking, it's not me. It's not me, okay? And the only thing I know is that we just continue um, to stay helping these people. So I don't know if it's a sign of what's to come. I believe the rapture's at the door. We're getting ready to go home, and there's going to be many people and I think the economic collapse is about to come. Sister Mandy and me have had something to do with 411, which is, on the phone, it's information here in West Virginia. I don't know about other places, but our 411 is our information line. And 411, give me the 411, and means give me the information. Well, also on 4/19, April 19th is when this like a satanic ritual will start till the 1st of May. It's not going to be good. That's when they're getting all these temples erected to Baal for the 19th. I guess that's when they're going to do the ritual. I really believe that Jesus Christ is coming back because this world has fallen into an evil, wicked sin pit, and I don't see how anything can continue the way it is. All I wanted to come on here and say was I wanted to tell you guys about my dream, and I wanted to let you guys know that I know something's about to happen. I don't know what it is, but something is about to occur. It's just a matter of time. We just need to stay strong in Christ. We need to stay in the Word as much as possible. I want to ask everybody to please continue to pray for Sister Glennis. She was in the hospital, but she's at home. She called me just a little bit ago and told me she's at home. They didn't keep her. But she said she thinks she had like a CT or something like a coronary attack, and she said they said she didn't. So I don't know. Hospitals don't always tell the truth. Anyway, I just want to say, just continue to look up and continue to seek God's will for everything you do. Jesus is coming at any moment. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. I'm not going to continue going. If anybody gets anything out of these dreams from the fact that we were in an old vacant apartment building I used to live in years ago, only it was designed different, which they are remodeling those buildings, so it could be looking totally different now. I don't know. But if you think of anything to help, let me know. I'm just not sure what is going on with it, I mean, I don't really know. Just let me know what you get, okay, on any of it. And God bless you, and keep looking up. Jesus is coming. See you with Jesus.